Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo May 24, 2022. It's a good time to be receptive, although some minor transits today can challenge your sense of calm at times. Watch for a tendency to misplace feelings of discontent as material wants. You might also aim to avoid getting involved in arguments that are not worth your time. You may be second-guessing certain ventures and perhaps testing their strength. Even so, energies are strong for creative connections and romance. You can express yourself well through your actions, creative pursuits, or special activities today. We are building to moon, and emotions are right at the surface. Single, crushing, or already taken, one thing's for sure, things are not as they seem at this time. So, be sure to follow your intuitive instincts, especially those contemplating a hunch you have about someone in your love life. After all, it's no secret that the moon's journey through meticulous Virgo, your 8th house of mergers, shared resources, and soulmate connections, heightens your intuition and intensifies your desire for emotional closeness. However, the moon will simultaneously make an opposition to Mercury, Jupiter, and Neptune in Pisces, so trust your gut and inner knowing before you overextend yourself. Nurture the connection. It may be time to consider a radical yet stable approach. Although typically rational, you may have adopted a hopeful mindset regarding your finances and sense of professional security during Mercury's time in Pisces. Throughout this transit, you could have maintained faith that abundance is coming your way. Keeping this mindset may result in a physical change as Mercury sextiles Uranus in Taurus today. Revolutionary yet somewhat guaranteed, the sextile implies that your abundance directly reflects on your lifestyle. Celebrate the cosmic energy by expressing thankfulness for the life you live. Today's moon in your financial sector is amplifying everything that an ordinary monthly visit will do while adding some financial tension as it clashes with the sun in your income sector. Your financial instincts will be sharper, but your emotional responses are exaggerated, making it important to pay attention without overthinking things as both sides of the financial fence become highly charged. A naturally harmonious atmosphere exists between you and your private sphere. You are increasingly at the center of things and are an important person of reference, which could place extra burdens on you. You have an abundance of energy for yourself, your family and friends, and are strong, calm, and harmonious, strengthening family bonds. You can be sure that your loved ones will return your support when you need it. You've been sitting on your plans for long enough. The moment has come to unveil them. You'll be amazed by how well they're received. You encourage others to be as enthusiastic about life as you are. Your fresh approach, combined with a laid-back attitude, is bewitching for potential dates. Be careful when faced with choices to ask yourself how serious this person's interest is in you. A short flirtation or the start of a more serious relationship. The area just below and behind the gut is where your instinct resides. The inexplicable feeling that tells you what to do or, in some cases, receives ancestral knowledge, comes directly from this area of the body. It is more than your center, it functions to balance as your center. In order to make the right choices in life, you need to have your pathways to this area of the body clear. To keep your instinct alive and happy, pay attention to the health of your liver. Fresh tomatoes are recommended. You're apt to find yourself concerned with budget factors and money-making on this day. Whether it's the work environment or your home finances that you feel needs the most attention, be sure to let your natural strengths in this area shine through. With the high ambitions that you most possess, keeping a close watch over this area is very important. Don't put off these tasks, as this day's essence will see you done in no time, with energy to spare. Having the moon in your relationship sector during Mars' last full day here is making it easier to remain emotionally engaged, while a friendly aspect to forces on the communication front is a valuable chance to ensure the communication lines are open. This might evoke some strong emotional and passionate responses, but as Mars works to leave you with something to fight for, this creates the potential for a communication and/or relationship breakthrough. Having the moon in your relationship sector during Mars' last full day here is making it easier to remain emotionally engaged, but is also adding fuel to his passions and fighting spirit. This might evoke some strong emotional and passionate responses, but a friendly aspect to the force behind last week's eclipsing full moon in your communication sector is giving this a voice. Our eyes in the sky. Passionate Venus in Aries shares a tense minor frustration with the nodes of destiny in the evening, which can bring up a lot of insecurities that we're all dealing with. This could affect us in many ways, particularly around commitments and relationships that we're invested in. You might feel as though a partnership has lost its luster and you want to leave. The inner conflict exists because you might not truly want to do this, but know that you have to in order to evolve or feel better. If we're unwilling to harmonize with others and only want to dominate their lives, partnerships could experience issues of control at this time. The flip side of this transit can bring us a lot of love and joy, but only if we're ready to experience such bliss. If you're single, a partnership could form or a commitment could deepen, depending on whether or not you want to bring love into your life. If you choose to use the other side of the energy, be forewarned that arguments and frustrations could manifest. Lean into the pleasant side of this minor aspect and bring more love into your life. In the morning, the Pisces moon forms a trine to Chiron in Aries. This favorable aspect serves to offset wounded pride and heal anxieties that developed in youth when our talents were not celebrated. At this juncture, events transpire that reveal our journey has transformed our sense of self, strengthening our natural gifts in the process. We see that in dimming our shine, we've perpetuated our own victimhood, content to play the supporting role in others' stories. Now, demonstrating our abilities allows us to reclaim our main character's energy. We subsequently pay this self-assurance forward, prompting those who doubt their gifts to be more willing to share of themselves. Following this, the moon squares off with Uranus in Taurus, provoking surprises. We are faced with unwelcome curveballs, situations seemingly designed to pitch us out of equilibrium just as we were starting to regain confidence. A lack of patience or bad time management skills will add to the day's frustrations. Like all good tests, this transit intends to deliver valuable insights as to how well we are using the resources at our disposal. Do your best to honor your own boundaries and retain your sense of childlike curiosity even when negotiating upsets and delays. Acting impulsively or recklessly won't serve us now. There is no sense in fueling drama just to grasp a false sense of control. You could be feeling more psychic today, but it's hard to separate your emotions from the projections thrown onto you by others. In fact, many of us could feel like we're talking about our emotions all day, a vibe that's exacerbated by Jupiter. The transits of the day ask everyone to have faith and see clearly through problems. This can also present a multitude of challenges in every single detail of your life. No rock is left unturned, but it's all for a greater purpose. Make sure that you pay close attention to your health, which is all part of the process. Checking in with loved ones and keeping a gratitude list can help you see that you're progressing exponentially every day. Believing in positive notions can guide you through the energy if you're willing to let go of the past and move toward a more meaningful way of life, which is very possible today.